Hey guys, and welcome to our updates on the 30th of October 2023. So, we're in for a very wet week in store and possibly a slightly stormy one as well. This is due to a constant conveyor belt of low pressure that will be coming in off the Atlantic, and I'll show you the detail right now. So, today we're seeing, yesterday we saw showers move in from the southwest, mainly in the south and north of the country. Last night saw showers, especially in the North Midlands, and later in the nights also on the south coast too. Into Monday, showers will form quite widely on the south coast, some big ones as well, and these will move northwards, mainly affecting the southeast and east of the country. Some big downpours there as well, and moving into Ulster by evening. Into Monday night, these heavy downpours mainly affect Ulster, while it's mainly dry elsewhere, if wet cloudy. Beyond that, we'll see some rain moving in on Halloween, and Halloween evening looks wet for many areas of Connacht, Leinster, and Munster. Only dry areas are Ulster and the very far north of Leinster. This rain does move in to Ulster by 8 or 9 pm though. So if you're in Ulster, you'll probably get away with a dry night for any plans, but elsewhere, do bring umbrellas and raincoats. After that, the rain gets heavier into Tuesday night, especially in the east of the country, and moves northwards on Wednesday morning. Wednesday sees showers before Storm Ciarán. The rain band with Ciarán moves into the south of the country, and this brings a very wet night, Wednesday night to Thursday. Thankfully, today's runs keep that storm well to the south. So for now, we're safe from the wrath of Ciarán's winds, but the rain will affect us quite badly. This rain just continues for the east into Thursday, just constantly piling in. So probably be orange warnings for this if it comes off. And into Friday, we see some showers, but it'll be nowhere near as wet as it will be on Thursday. These are the wind gusts with Ciarán that are expected. This in miles per hour, so we can see some very strong wind gusts up the east coast there, getting towards 60 miles per hour. But over the south of the UK, we're looking at widely 60 to 75 miles per hour, I'd say, during the strongest periods of wind gusts. And later on, also up the west coast of Cornwall, Pembrokeshire, getting towards 65 miles per hour in gusts. But this is nowhere near as severe as what yesterday's heavy run shows. That showed wind gusts getting towards 115 miles per hour. A huge decrease in wind speeds, gusts right here. But still, that would be severe. Well, not really severe anymore. That's quite common for November, but it would still be noteworthy, and it would still be quite silly to go out and do something silly in that weather. So I'm not encouraging anyone to, do anything a bit foolish. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. I just had to make sure of that. Anyway, this is the GFS run from today. So today we've got an area of lower over us. There's a little block over Iceland, and that is helping keep that low trapped over us. Beyond tomorrow into Halloween, we see a front coming from the south. It's struggling in it's struggling against that block, but it does push through on Halloween nights. And on Wednesday, we see a showery day with that low pressure fully in charge, and this very steep low forms on the jet to our south. That's Ciarán. As you can see, it's centered towards Biscay, like it's centered towards the west of the Channel, and it's really whips up. Strongest winds are in France, but we still get these strong easterly winds on that southeast coast, and the rain piling in to many eastern areas as well. Beyond that, we see another low merge with Ciarán, again bringing a deluge to the east and south. Beyond that, we see westerly flow stretching to the south, so we keep it quite cool and wet right the way up until the 8th, 9th. A northerly comes in next week on Thursday, the 9th of November. Beyond that, we see a constant onslaught of wet and windy weather. Right, we go through towards mid-month now, and look at that, constant conveyor belts. That jet stream is shifted southwards, meaning that these lows, instead of going from like here to here, are going from here to here. So they're coming right over us and stalling over us as well. Constant deluges, especially in the east and south over the next few weekdays or so. This is the ECMWF. So here we go again. This low that has been over us for about 5 days will finally trickle away into tomorrow and Tuesday, and we'll see a new low replace it. So only more rain, and we see Ciarán really blowing up there on that jet stream throughout Wednesday, and it centres same sort of location as the GFS has it, in the west part of the channel, moving towards southern UK. Strongest winds in the channel and in France. Ireland sees strong easterly winds and copious rainfall, especially in the east. Beyond that, we see that next low passing over the Celtic Sea. Again, a deluge for the east and south. With that one, stormy in France. That just mills around after that. It, gets trapped. And beyond that, this low looks like is coming this way on this jet stream that is on that northwest to southeast alignments. So this is coming in this direction, only bringing more deluges. It's the UK Met run, so it is extremely wet, even for November. So the UK Met has this low fading away tomorrow at Halloween, but only to be replaced hot on its heels by a new low on Wednesday. That brings rain, a lot of rain, but Ciarán forms Wednesday night and Thursday, and it centres a bit further north, this time just off the south coast, but the strongest winds are still going into France and the Channel. Okay, this again brings a deluge to the east and south, especially in Wicklow, I'd say, due to that relief rainfall, the wind coming in off the Irish Sea, moisture laden, it rises, and the moisture condenses as it hits the colder air, and buckets of rain will fall. Beyond that next low does come in on Saturday and merges with Ciarán to re-intensify all that rainfall, especially for the east and south. Met Éireann does have an advisory out till Friday for this constant onslaught of systems from the west. So do keep in touch with warnings. There will be issues, I'd say, tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. And do watch our videos, because every day for next week, we'll be looking at these charts, showing and tracking all these lows and where we're most likely to see these big deluges. This is a GEM. Okay, so we see that low. Again, you're actually filling in tomorrow and Tuesday. It's gone by Wednesday, but I know this blocking does try and come down. That was a feature of last week's videos. It is pulling a chilly easterly into the northern part of the UK. You can see that the -5 for Ulster is getting to Scotland, but These lows are too far north to allow it in, and this block's attempt to ridge southwards fails, and it only allows this low to move in over us. And this low has dorsal lows like this one. That's Ciarán, bringing again that deluge. The strongest winds into France. And then this low passes here. And then the low that's here comes and joins that low. Basically, it's the same. You can see it just fills away before this low enters the space. So it's basically, you know, it's just trapped over us. There's nothing really forcing it along apart from that jet stream. But the effect of the jet seems to be stopped over Europe, as any block to our north, like here, just keeps it at bay. Block of Greenland as well, but it does weaken. After that, also the jet stream is so strong because it is fueled by this sort of cold plunge coming out of the Arctic towards Iceland and the Atlantic, and it meets all this warmth down here around the Azores, and the jet stream is really very much powered up by that temperature contrast in the autumn, in November especially. It's around the time of year when the jet is at its most active, but this is definitely, I'd say, more active than usual. Also, it is south shifted, so all these lows are passing right over us, bringing all that wet stuff. Normally, this would bring, the low starts around here and moves up towards Iceland, bringing that warm sector, cold fronts, then showers and these strong westerly winds. But in this case, we're seeing strong winds, but easterly at times, variables in direction, but copious rainfall. So it is different from our usual wet pattern. This is the icon run. If we go through this, we can see the low will be filling over the next few days. It'll be gone by Tuesday. We try and bring some cooler air into Northern Ireland and Scotland upper temperatures. Again, look quite cold in Scotland, but that's failed due to the fact that there's just too much energy to our west and it just barrels in over it. Again, Ciarán does form there. I think it's pretty solid now that Ciarán should bring the worst of the winds to France and the Channel. I did mention yesterday that if this is corrected in any form, it's likely that the centre will trend northwards. I think that we're now, we're now 3 days away. We're 3 days away from this happening. I'd say there isn't enough time for this to be corrected so far north to reach Ireland, as in the winds. We will still be under buckets of water, by the way, so that is in its own a big hazard after all that rainfall. Beyond that, again, we know that other low will come in, possibly storm me again for France. After that, we're just left in this huge washing machine of constant swirling areas of low pressure. The Azores High is well away to the south. Usually it's like here, but it's here, allowing all these lows that are normally a bit further north to be, around here, towards the mid-altitudes. Finally, the arpege is like this. I don't want this. Okay, get rid of the ads. Okay, thank you. Here we go. Arpege, we know. Okay, so Scotland goes a bit colder briefly for Halloween. But beyond that, okay, onslaught happens. Ciarán again, similar position, a bit further north possibly, bringing some damaging winds into the UK, and we go into Friday. That Ciarán sort of dies off, but this low will join us. So we're done for now. A very wet week coming up. Do keep updated, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.